I've been dreaming in the dark, waiting for my life. One song, one stage to make the world feel right.
Our story begins with a quiet, unassuming young man from the Philippines. He had a dream that seemed almost impossible. He loved Elvis Presley, his voice, his style, his charisma, but unlike most of the world, this young man didn't just admire Elvis, he wanted to become him, at least on stage. But the journey wasn't easy. He spent years practicing in his small room, singing along to Elvis records, copying his movements, mimicking every nuance, every twang, every smooth glide of his voice. Friends and family were supportive, but even they admitted it was a long shot. Elvis is a legend, they would say. You can't just sing like him. But he refused to give up. He kept practicing, perfecting, believing that one day, someone would recognize his talent. When the time came to audition for America's Got Talent, he knew this was his moment. The stakes were high. He walked into the audition room, carrying nothing but a guitar, his nerves, and a dream. As he approached the judges, the room was filled with skepticism. People whispered. Simon Cowell leaned back in his chair, as he often does, a look of doubt on his face. The other judges exchanged glances, unsure what to expect. Some even chuckled quietly. You could almost feel the collective thought in the room, this is going to be a disaster. He took a deep breath, smiled politely, and said, I'm going to sing Elvis Presley. That sentence alone caused a few chuckles from the audience. Singing Elvis is a bold choice, especially on AGT, where the pressure is enormous, and the judges are famously tough. But what happened next would leave everyone speechless. The first note came out of his mouth, soft and smooth, perfectly in tune with the classic Elvis style. His voice carried that unmistakable resonance, that silky tone that makes listeners feel like they've stepped back in time. But it wasn't just the voice, it was the presence. Every movement, every gesture, every expression mirrored the king of rock and roll. At first, Simon Cowell's eyebrows raised slightly, the classic, I've seen it all, look, but as the song continued, his expression began to change. He leaned forward. The other judges stopped mid-gesture. The audience sat in stunned silence, captivated by the young man's talent. When he hit the high notes, it was clear, this was not imitation. This was mastery. He captured the essence of Elvis in a way that seemed impossible for someone so young, someone who had never performed on this scale before. The energy in the room shifted. Doubt turned into awe. Smiles turned into open-mouthed amazement. Even the people who had whispered, he can't do it, were now nodding, clapping, unable to deny the brilliance before them. By the final note, the room erupted. Judges were on their feet, clapping. Simon Cowell, who is notoriously hard to impress, stood and shouted, that was incredible. I've never seen anything like it. And just like that, a young man who had been underestimated, doubted, and overlooked received the recognition he deserved. But it wasn't just about the performance. It was about the story, the journey of someone who refused to let skepticism define him. Someone who worked tirelessly behind the scenes, who believed in his dream even when nobody else did. This performance was proof that talent, dedication, and heart can overcome any obstacle. After the audition, social media exploded. Clips of his performance went viral within hours. Fans from around the world flooded comments with praise, sharing messages like, "This is Elvis reincarnated," and "How is this even real?" It wasn't just a performance, it was a moment that reminded everyone why we watch shows like AGT, to witness the impossible made real. His journey didn't end there. The young man went on to receive a golden buzzer from Simon Cowell himself, a rare and monumental honor. That buzzer wasn't just a button press, it was a symbol of validation. It was the moment the world officially believed in him, the moment his hard work and passion were recognized on the biggest stage imaginable. This story teaches us something powerful. No matter how impossible a dream seems, persistence matters. Talent is only half the equation. Belief in yourself, even when no one else does, is what truly separates the extraordinary from the ordinary. So, if you've ever been doubted, laughed at, or told your dream was impossible, remember this young man. Remember how he took the most skeptical room on television and made everyone believe, not through words, but through music, passion, and sheer determination. He sang like Elvis, but he also sang like himself, a young man who refused to give up. Thank you for watching. If this story inspired you, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with friends who need a little motivation today, and subscribe to the channel for more unbelievable talent stories from all over the world. Comment below what you would do if you could perform your dream on stage. Would you take the risk, just like he did? We'll see you in the next video, where more incredible talent moments will make you laugh, cry, and believe in the impossible all over again. Until then, keep dreaming, keep practicing, and remember, sometimes the world just needs to hear your voice.